Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I know it's kind of late night. I'm coming kind of late tonight with this story, but I felt like this was on my heart. This is something I wanted to put out here. Um, and this is what we're discussing tonight. This 7-month-old baby that disappeared. Let me back up because we don't know exactly if he disappeared or not. But he was allegedly kidnapped on August the 14th. He was reported missing on August the 14th at around 7:45, 7:47 at night. So this is roughly 4 days ago. Today, Monday. So Sunday, Saturday, right. So around Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, Thursday. If I'm not mistaken. I want to make sure I know it was on August the 14th. This baby was reported missing. Yeah, so this past Thursday, I was right. This past Thursday at around 7:47 p.m. This baby was reported missing. Let me share this over here so we can see this. Um, okay, this is the one I want to share first. So this is him. This is this 7-month-old baby. Some people were saying he's special needs because they were looking at his face and they were like, this baby special needs. However, that has not been confirmed. That has not been put out by any press releases. The police hadn't said anything about this baby being special needs, so I'm not gonna put that out there. Just because of his looks, we don't know. But what I am gonna say, this is 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro, and I'm hope I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. However, he again, as we can see from this missing poster, this baby was reported missing August 14, 2025, this past Thursday around 7:47 p.m. in the 34,000 block of Ucapa Boulevard in Ucapia, California. He was last seen wearing black Nike onesie. This is what was reported by the parents that he was wearing. Black Nike onesie, weighs about 21 pounds and is approximately 24 inches tall. Has brown hair, brown eyes, and he is cross-eyed. They have released that. But other than that, everybody else is trying to put other stuff on this baby. I'm not gonna report all of that, put all that out there. This is a call to say, hey, if you see something, if you know something, please say something to the police. Call in. They have a tip line. You can either call 911 or you can also call the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Dispatch at 909-387-8313. Again, either call 911 or the Sheriff's Dispatch 909-387-8313. Again, we're looking for a missing infant, Emmanuel Haro, 7 months old, out of California. And now, what I'm gonna do now, since I put his picture and stuff out there, now I'm gonna go back and go over the story that was told by his mom. So let me back out of here. See this one instead and go back. Go back. And initially, I'm trying to put up the initial story if they still had a news article out here. Okay, here we go. This was the first report. What this was says 3 days ago. Okay, it was well, yeah, this was the initial what was initially reported by the parents. Um the mom, Rebecca, said about 7 p.m. that her husband, and two other children were at the park for their son's football practice. She states that she left the field to go to the Big Five sporting goods store on 34,000 block of Ucapa Boulevard to buy a mouth guard for the older son who was supposedly the one playing in the football game. She says that she took the baby Emmanuel with her to the store. She said she parked in the parking lot. Said noticed that the baby, she started smelling that the baby had used the bathroom and needed to be changed as she was driving over. So she parked and was saying, "Hey, I'm gonna change your diaper and stuff like that." and took him out to change the diaper. And what she's reporting happened is that as soon as she took the baby out the car seat, laid him on the seat to start changing the diaper, she was hit in the back of the head. And when she woke up, the baby was missing. Also, I missed the part. She did say she heard a voice behind her before she was knocked out. She said someone said "Hola," which is hello in Spanish. So they talked to her, and this is what she's reporting. This not has not been confirmed by the police. There's no videotape. There's nothing to confirm this so far, which is going to take me to my next point. So she said someone walked up, "Hola," hit her. She knocked out. She gets up. The baby is missing. Mind you, she said she drove over at 7. This baby was not reported missing till 7:45, 7:47. So what happened within the 45-minute window? Were you knocked out 30, 40 minutes or what? Because if we look, she said at 7, they were at the park. And she left the park at that time. So she didn't say we was at the park at 7. I left at 7:30. We was at the park at 7, and this when I left to go get the map card. Okay, that was the first point in there that I looked at was like, okay, this already an inconsistency. Already doesn't, but I ain't questioning this shit. I'm still going with it. Okay, this what she said happened. Police looking into it. Maybe they'll find out what was what. We're gonna leave it alone right now. But then when they said hola, and she says, I don't remember anything since she recalled. I woke up here on the floor and I didn't see Emmanuel. She says when she woke up, she had a black eye. Okay. Thing number two, if you were hit from behind, how do you have a black eye? What gave you the black eye? Then the police, they dispatched out helicopters, they dispatched out canines. I mean, they did everything trying to find this baby. They were saying nothing was coming up with the helicopters, the canines, couldn't sniff out nothing. So what's going on? Was this baby ever at this scene at this big five? Is what the question remains. And the mom and daddy got on TV, did the little press conference, bring the baby back. We miss him. But what caught everybody off guard is when they were speaking about this baby, they continued to speak about this baby in past tense. He was a good baby. He was very happy. All of it was. Nobody knows that this baby is passed away. So why are we speaking about of this baby in the past tense, like he was, not like he is? Because most people be saying my baby's a good baby. My baby's sweet. He laughs. He's calm and cool. No, he was a good baby. He was very sweet. That was third thing that caught everybody's attention there with them doing that. And then so you had agencies to come in and try to help. Um, what was it? I think I don't exactly know what the agency was that came in, but I'm finna see. Okay, and then this were yesterday they had a vigil for him, you know, in his honor. And then also, this when police first started saying, hey, it's some inconsistencies in the story. And they confronted her. She declined. She would not answer the questions. She stopped everything. Both her and her husband stopped everything, so they wanted the lawyer. So they have not been able to talk to them any further because they've decided they want a lawyer at this point. So to me, my thing is nobody calls for a lawyer when they're innocent unless the police is coming at you hard. Like we seen the other night with the guy when they were trying to pin the murder on him. And yeah, he was upset, but when he said, "Give me a lawyer or give me a search warrant," and he sat there and allowed for them to get the search warrant, he gave up what it was he had to give up. That's different in this story. They straight up said, "Give us a lawyer. We're not gonna talk without," which is their right, which is everybody's right. Innocent or guilty, it's your right to speak without a lawyer. But when someone's child is missing, this is the thing that's catching me out. when your child is missing, and this is every case I've seen be worked. When there's a child missing, the parents don't usually, as soon as the child go missing, start saying, "Hey, give me a lawyer." I ain't got nothing to say. They gonna cooperate because they want to find their child. And it's when I say every, this every case I know that I done seen where a child was missing and it was a stranger or somebody. It wasn't the parents that did it. Those parents cooperated to the fullest. Lie detector test, searches, all of that. You know, then no lawyer need to come up until they felt like they did everything they could and they were still being pushed and pushed and pushed. That's when they called for a lawyer. Let's see what was this. They said something was wrote on. Because I'm looking for what, because they said there was a at one point there was a reward that was offered for this baby and everything. Let's see. I'm trying to find it. And I'm gonna get to this in a minute. Let's see. So this was a couple of hours ago. This was today, where they stated that the parents of the 7-month-old boy of Emmanuel are now reportedly the focus of the missing persons investigation, in which new details continue to emerge. So then they go into what she said about the kidnapping and all of that. And like I said, they deployed helicopters, K9s, nothing turned up, no suspect, no baby. And then they also, yes, and I've not forgot about this. His 2-year old, well, their 2-year old child has also been removed from their custody while this investigation is ongoing. And also, what has also came out is um there's a possible video that's out that shows that she had a black eye prior to that baby, to them claiming that the baby was missing. So what they're saying is the black eye that she's saying she got from the baby being kidnapped. What they're saying now was possibly she's been had that black eye for weeks. Um, because her they say the baby got kidnapped on the 14th. However, there people are saying she had that black eye as early as August 3rd. And there's supposedly be a video. I'm waiting to get confirmation that they have a video showing her black eye. But if we look, let me see, at pictures of the mom, the black eye doesn't appear to be like it's a black eye that just happened. If we look, well, I'm gonna go back to that in a minute. But yeah, that black eye doesn't look like a black, like somebody just hit you in your face, or you just fell and hit your face, and you went on the news a couple of hours later and did a news interview, because that eye would have been swollen. It would have been red. It wouldn't have been a deep purple, because a deep purple bruise is not a new. That's healing. You're healing when your bruise has turned that deep color like that. It's not, you could tell a fresh black eye versus an eye that's been black for a while and it's healing, because I mean literally she's not, there's no swelling, there's no puffing, no red. When you first get hit in your face, it doesn't turn purple as soon as you're hit, or it doesn't turn those type of colors as soon as you're hit. It takes days for bruises to go to that deep purple. That's not a brand new injury. And that's why people are saying they don't believe this story about she got hit and she woke up with that black eye because let me go back to this picture of her. Let me go up here. See here. This is not a fresh black eye. And if you look closely, it looks like both her eyes at one point were black. If you look closely at it, this is not a brand new. Her whole you could her face. This look like she had got punched in her face, or she fell at some point and bruised both sides of her face. The left eye is already the coloring. It's still a little coloring there, but the right eye is more. So it looks like it was more damage on this side when she initially was hurt, because now this side has healed almost up, and her original color is almost back, but you can still see parts of the darkness. On this side, this one is healed, but the bruise is still there, and it's like I said, it's a darker color purple. It's not a red. It's not. You can tell it's not fresh. A fresh black eye, she would have still been swollen. And with the type of bruise she got, and you can see a cut there. Her eye would have been swole shut. Somebody hit her in her eye that hard. Whenever she first got this, that eye was swole shut. And this is allegedly. This is my theory. I'm not saying we got proof yet. I'm saying it's supposed to be videos that are going to be released soon. That supposedly show her with this black eye weeks before. And you can tell this is not nothing fresh. Because if it was something fresh, this eye would have been swollen, especially the way it looks like this is bruised. This was a deep bruise when she first got this. She was swole. All this, you could tell all this swelled up when she first. And it's a little cut there as well. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't add up. Okay, now let me go back. Um, let's see, because there was a reward, and I think the company that had the reward. Let's see if it talks about it here. And look at this polo, babe. And he may have been special needs. We don't know. We don't know. And that's what a lot of people are speculating, that this baby was special needs and that they didn't want this baby. He was too much for them to handle and they did something to him. But let me go here. I'm trying to find, and this look like somebody that posted some stuff. We're gonna see. Let me share this one. Okay, as y'all can see. See these screenshots. So it says, "Thank you, Cape, your police department. This entire situation is heartbreaking. Stay strong, community. No sense in fighting with each other. I have an opinion on what happened as well, but no reason to point fingers. The police department will let you all know what happened when they can. He got away with it once. Let's not let him get away with it again. I used to work with Jake at Walmart. He should be the prime suspect in all this. I'm not gonna go into detail, but his previous relationship didn't end so well. He's crazy. He beat one of his kids so bad it caused severe brain damage, and the child was not the same. Let's just be real here. Jake should be the number one suspect. So apparently, this goes, and I'm gonna get into what this may be referring to right here in just a minute. Oh, this is something new. This is my first time seeing this. So it says big five worker here. She had the black eye prior to the alleged incident. A manager did her domestic violence duty of care and asked her if she was okay. And she happily said she walked into a wall and had a laugh. Also, no baby with her. Thank you so much for speaking out. Cops didn't want us to speak out, but we told them everyone had to know there is a baby missing and the mother lied. Oh, so these the people that work at the store she supposedly went into. They speaking out. Big Five employee here. She did not have a baby on the day of the alleged abduction. I was there. Police have interviewed me and many of my coworkers. An alleged employee of Big Five, the store Rebecca Haro was allegedly attacked in parking, dropped into the comment section with her experience with the case. Things aren't looking good for the little. Oh, it's a sad. Wow, so you saw Rebecca before they rang the alarm about Emmanuel? Yep, we all did. Cops just finished interviewing us all and told us not to share any info to the public, and I told them no way. They have the right to know this woman has lied about having a baby with her when she didn't. Thank you for speaking out. I have been waiting for someone either at the football game or Big Five to say she's a liar. Wow. So it's more and more coming out, and what the police saying is, reason why they probably saying don't speak because they don't want too much to get out right now because they're trying to stack up their evidence to either arrest both of them or her. It's sad. This is so sad. So there are they saying there's images? Mm-mm. Let's see what they continue. During the last few days, investigators have conducted extensive searches looking for Emmanuel in any evidence that might lead to his location, circumstance surrounding his disappearance. Investigators have served several search warrants at the Harrow home and utilized K9s to aid in the investigation. Additionally, a large amount of surveillance video has been obtained from areas of interest and not being reviewed. That's wild. That is whoa. Let's see, yeah, that's what they were saying about the independent. I want to know who that group was because I want to look into why they said. Ooh-wee. I'm trying to see and see. Yeah, they were out. They were definitely out there. You can see where they were out there searching, looking for this baby. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's the night. The Uvalde Foundation for Kids, a national child advocacy and prevention group, announced that they have decided to withdraw their search team and war off for Emmanuel. So let me see. I'm gonna try to search them up. Uvalde. I just had to find it. So this is not their page. Let me go back. This is the one that's posted on May 20th. So maybe let's see. So they had offered this route traffic. So they had a $5,000 reward out for information on him, and they were doing searches themselves. They've called all of that off after seeing the inconsistency and everything that with her story. So they backed off. I was trying to find if they put out something. My colleagues at Law and Crime reached out to Uvalde Foundation for Kids about why they suspended their search for 7-month-old Emmanuel in California. Here's what they said. We are receiving information that Emmanuel was not even reported to have been seen at the football game. The mother alleged they were all as an eyewitness report that the mother's apparent bruise acquired during the attack at the Big Five was in fact acquired previous to this incident. We are awaiting further confirmation from law enforcement. All of these coupled with our previous notes have led to our decision. So basically what they saying, they can't in good faith, as all of this is coming out, they can't in good faith stick their necks out there and put their support behind this case because they don't no longer believe that this baby was kidnapped. So them sticking their resources behind this case is just something they just can't stand for because again, the baby was reported as kidnapped, and what they're saying is we can't in good faith stick our neck out here and and put reward money out here on a case and say, "Hey, this baby was kidnapped." When we getting conflicting information, and then the facts is not adding up to a baby was kidnapped. It's basically what it comes down to, and what they're putting out there. They're saying this is not adding up. We can't stand behind this because the facts don't point to what is it being put out. So they stepped back from it, took their $5,000 reward, took their all their people that were out there searching. They pulled back. They're gonna leave it to law enforcement at this point. So maybe they got with law enforcement, and law enforcement done gave them some sort of information to say, "Hey, this baby is no longer alive," or "We don't believe he's no longer alive." And right now, this is no longer just a search for a missing child. This has become a recovery effort at this point. Is what it's starting to sound like. And so this again, we're gonna go back to the timeline. So this precious baby right here, 7 months old, Emmanuel Haro, currently missing out of California. Mom called the police and reported that, hey, I went over to the Big Five Sporting Goods to get a mouth guard for my older son because he was playing football. And when I got out of the car, I needed to change his diaper first because he had used it and I could smell it. So I got out and laid him down to change his diaper, and somebody hit me from behind. Because mind you, she said she never said anything about seeing this person. So from what I gather, she's hit from behind. She's knocked down, and when she woke up, she got a black eye and the baby missing. They're saying this woman doesn't have any knots or bruises or anything in her head that shows she's been struck from behind. And the black eye that she's reporting, there are people, eyewitnesses saying this lady had this black eye before she called and reported this incident, saying this incident happened. So there's where the inconsistencies are coming in. And they're saying that what she's saying happened is not adding up with the evidence at this point. And the police have now stated that they're squarely focused on the parents in this investigation right now. They're not at this point looking for any outside suspects because nothing that they've been told adds up to that there was an outside suspect anywhere. That's what the police is reporting. And I hate it. I hate it with a passion because I was hoping and praying that no, hey, it's a weird, wild story, but it happened. That's what I was hoping and praying for, that we would be able to find this baby alive. But it's now been 4 days since this baby was reported. Initially, was reported missing to the police, and here we are. He's still missing. He has not been found. And it's starting to look more and more like, it's more to the story than just somebody hit her and kidnapped this baby. And we've seen this time and time again where these women are say, hey, a man came up and assaulted me, my child was kidnapped. We've seen this. Susan Smith said a black man hit her, and her kids was missing. Come to find out, she done drove her babies in the river strapped in their car seat. You had and I can't think of her name off the tip of my tongue right now. But this lady said a black man shot her and shot her kids. She drove herself to the hospital with the kids. Come to find out, she shot her own self and she attempted to kill all of her children. Thankfully, two of them survived. The son and the oldest daughter survived. The youngest daughter did not make it. She shot her. She succumbed to her gunshot wounds. When I saw this initially, I was hoping and praying that this baby, you know, was somewhere alive and somebody had him and we're gonna come in and say, okay, we found the baby, or somebody turned them in. But it's sadly starting to look like that's not gonna be the case with 7-month-old Emmanuel. Beautiful baby boy, handsome. And I hate that this happened to him, you know. And I just want to put this call out there. People, if y'all have children and y'all feel like, it's becoming too much. There's safe haven laws out there. There's adoption. There's and I know people don't want to put babies in, put their children in a foster care system. That this should be the last resort. But if you're so overwhelmed with your child, especially if you have a special needs child and you're overwhelmed, there's resources out there. Please look into your resources that's available to you and you know, go their way. Please stop harming these babies. We turn the TV on, the news on, look on social media every day, and there's a new baby or a new child that's missing. And it turns out these babies are getting hurt and harmed because the parents were overwhelmed. There's resources out here. Look into your resources. Please stop hurting these babies didn't ask to be here. When you got pregnant and decided you was gonna go forward with your pregnancy, that means you were saying, I'm willing and able and ready to raise a child and do whatever comes with it. Women, please stop getting pregnant if you're not 100% sure that you're ready to be a parent, especially if you know you're going to be a single parent, or even you don't even have to be a single parent. But if your child comes out special needs, yeah, that's true. I see your comment, Max Can 26 stepdads a lot of the time put more pressure on the moms as well. And that is true. It is true. With these women, single women that get with these men, they want to be with these men. And these men don't want the children that come along with it. And these women harming their children over these men because they want to be with these men. We've seen that here lately in the news as well, where these women are harming their children because of a man. And it's sad. No way you should want to harm your child, no way. This is a life that you carried and you nurtured in your womb for 9 months. If you went your full pregnancy, or some of them came early and did NICU, but this baby you carried in your womb and you gave birth to, and this baby here is 7 months old. He's been with his parents 7 months. Special needs or not, 'cause we don't know. It has been confirmed he's special needs, but he's been with his parents 7 months. This is a bond that was formed. How could you look at your child and bond with your child for 7 months to then turn around and harm your child? And people always want to blame, oh, the mom had postpartum. This woman had more than one child. So, and I understand you can get postpartum after your first pregnancy or the third or fourth. I get it. But again, mothers, women, there are resources. Please look for your resources. Please, they are available. Again, you have adoption when you first have the baby. Even once the baby get a little bit older and you see you can't handle it, you're going through. Reach out for help. There's help out there. I promise you. Nobody's gonna judge you if you get to a point where you're overwhelmed. We rather you get this baby up. It's safe haven laws. If the baby's still up to a certain age, you can drop the baby off at the hospital, the fire station, if you can't handle it. But there's resources out there. Utilize those resources. We're tired of seeing these babies getting harmed. Every day we turn on the TV or go to get on our social media and there's a baby that has been harmed. been tortured, been killed, been almost killed. And it's not just the moms, it's the dads too. So I'm not just putting it on the moms, it's the dads too. Me and y'all lay down and make these babies and then y'all walk away. And then y'all pop back up when your baby on the news and got beat and nearly to death or they done been killed. Then you on the news saying I was trying to get my baby. Sometimes we see it, yeah, the man was trying to get the baby. But in 95% of these cases, the man was not trying to get the baby. He just only popped up when the baby on the news now that the baby got hurt. So this is not just a call to call out to women, it's to men and women. We got to all do better by these children and these babies. They do not deserve what's been going on with them out here lately. They do not deserve it. And it's so heartbreaking being a mom and seeing these babies on here. It breaks my heart, you know. And I've lost a child. I've lost a child um at birth. He never came home with me from the hospital, and it hurts every day like it just happened yesterday. So, but to think that somebody carried their child just to take their child home and kill their child or beat and torture their child, it makes me sick to my stomach. To look at this baby, 7-month-old baby, and he's missing, and the parents ain't even cooperating any longer. If you're innocent, cooperate with the police trying to find your child. What is it that you're hiding? If you're innocent, you just want your baby to come home. Yes, and those are the worst ones, the ones that get on TV and boohoo and cry like you wouldn't abusive. Those are the very worst ones. Would get on TV and cry and boohoo and do multiple press conferences knowing that they're the ones that hurt the baby or hurt the child. They get up and they fake it till they make it. They gonna cry and cry and cry on TV to make themselves because they want the sympathy. So they gonna get on TV and cry or try to cry anyway. Because a lot of them when they get on TV and try to cry, you don't even see no tears half the time. They just up there trying. They but you never see them tears actually fall. Them the ones lying from the beginning. Um, Now his parents they did a press conference. And I don't think, if I can remember correctly, I don't remember that lady crying at all. And like I was saying about that black eye, you could tell from that press conference that black eye that she's saying she had, baby, there wasn't no current black eye. And the people I just showed the comments from Facebook where people were a couple of the women that worked in the store that she said she went in or that she was getting ready to go in. She actually went into their store. There are people who worked in this store who have come out and said that she was in this store and they saw that black eye. She had already had it, and they even questioned her, "Do you need help? Are you being abused?" Because they have some sort of domestic violence program that they do within their store that they check on women when they see women that they think need help. And they pulled her to the side and checked on her, and she laughed it off like, "No, I walked into a wall, haha." And that was that. But also, they also state that when she came into the store that night, she did not have that baby with her at all. So that's where the inconsistencies coming in with her stories. But I'm gonna stay on top of this, and I'm hoping and praying that by some miracle this baby's still alive and he gonna come back. But we hoping for the best, but we expecting the worst. That's all I can say. We hoping for the best, but we expecting the worst. Cause I truly, honestly don't. I don't know. In my heart is just telling me that this baby is no longer with us. I'm not no type of psychic about no way, shape, or form, but something in my heart as a mother is telling me that this baby is no longer here with us. Hopefully they'll start cooperating, tell them what they did or what happened to him and where he's located, where they put his body at, if that is the case. And I'm gonna stay on top of this. I'm gonna keep coming back. If I get any more information, I'll come back with it. Yeah, the last thing they said, yeah, the last thing that came out, I think was like a couple hours ago, from what I see. Yeah, like 3 hours ago was the last thing that came out. And they pretty much reporting that there's been a whole lot of inconsistencies in his case and what the mom reported. And here's a picture of her. Let me pull up the picture of her with this black eye if I can. With supposed black eye. And y'all can see what I'm talking about. So y'all can see on her face in this picture. We can't see it in this picture. Hold on. Let's go back. So this is the black eye that everybody is talking about with Rebecca, with the mom that she said she had. Like I was saying earlier, if you look at her eye, that bruise, it's a deep bruise, and you barely any swelling. If there was a fresh black eye, it wouldn't look like that. It would her face would not look that bruise would not be that dark. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not a specialist on bruise. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. And yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards too. Um, and you're welcome. And I'm gonna come back with more updates as well. Thank you for tuning in tonight, Max. But yeah, I'm leaning towards that too. That either she did it or she's lying to cover up from him. Oh, and that's what I forgot too. This right here with let me go back. The father. I want to put this out here too. He's already under investigation for there's a 2018 abuse charge against him. So that's why I'm leaning towards that maybe he did something because this is not his first rodeo with one of his children. Um, because they said he beat a child before and left this child severely injured for life. And this was in 2018. Um, let's see. I was trying to see because somebody had it. And this is the statement again. This is the statement from the Uvalde Foundation for Kids. They stated that we cannot, in good conscience, utilize our team and resources when so much is missing in this case. Of particular concern to us lies within the inconsistency and the details and the sudden decision by the mother to end her communication with law enforcement and our team, originally prepared to help. Tell me what parent would do that who was missing a child. Something is not right in this whole picture. We hope law enforcement will continue to pursue the case so that this precious child may be found and placed in a safe environment. So that's the foundation that had pitched in, was talking to them. So they not only cut contact with the police, they cut contact with the foundation that was out here helping them. That's why everybody looking at them sideways. Cause this is everybody that's helping you. And you ain't talking, you at the point now, you won't talk to nobody. Of course, that's suspicious in itself. And I don't blame that foundation for bagging out. They put a $5,000 reward up. They was using their resources to search their team, and she's not even cooperating with them. Who would want to continue? Let's see. I was trying to find out more about that 2018 abuse. And then I had it pulled up earlier. I don't know what I did with it. But yeah, the father, let me see if I can do it this way. I think this may be the where the news put it out there about his record. So no, Mags, no one has been at this time. No one has been arrested or in custody. If you follow my page, I'm gonna have all the updates right now. No one has been arrested. No one is in custody. What I'm speaking of about the father is a past arrest that he had in 2018 that just came to light. Um, he actually did some jail time for child cruelty. And what I saw, someone who's familiar with that case left a comment. They spoke out about it, said he beat that child and left that child severely injured for life. But nobody's in custody for this baby being missing as of yet. On the last update that came out, the parents are now suspects. They did announce that they are now focused mainly on the parents. They are the suspects at this time, but they have not been arrested or anything like that. Nobody's in custody. And let's see, and he's actually the father is still on probation for those charges for that was involved in that other child in 2018. He is on probation. He was charged in 2018. Well, the investigation was launched in 2018, and he was charged and everything. He was convicted, and he went to jail in 2023 for cruelty to a child. That's a big red flag to me. Like you said, a red flag on the plate. Definitely a big red flag for him to have previous charges of abusing a child to the point where this child almost died. That gave me pause as soon as I seen it when they came out with it and said he got a record and it includes cruel. And then he has other charges that he's still dealing with as well. But to me, that's the one that stood out. The one where they said because they said he has a disturbing rap sheet, and the first charge that I saw was cruelty to a child. That he was convicted of that cruelty to a child charge. So it's not an allegation or anything like that. He was convicted. Um, they put that out there as part of his rap. It shows he was convicted for that. And then there's also, yeah, and he's facing charges for weapons possession as well. So he still got other charges he's still dealing with in court as well that's not gone. So this man is in no means are we trying to use somebody past against them. But when you look at the story that they gave about this baby being missed, and you look at the charges he have, especially the one where he beat another child nearly to death, that's a big red flag. And then she walking around with her eyes all black. You can tell looking at her face, somebody done punched on her face. I wouldn't put it past he ain't been abusing her and the baby. And now she covering up because he went too far. I wouldn't put it past you. That's not what happened, honestly. Because that's what I'm leaning towards. That he beat her and we was beating her and the baby, and it went too far. And now she's hiding something for him. They came up with the whole story of you gonna call and say somebody hit you and the baby missing when you woke up. I believe all that was just something that was a ploy to cover up what really happened to their baby. But I'm waiting for the full story. It's just my opinion, and all this I'm saying is alleged as far as what I think with this baby. Now his charges are not alleged. Those charges that the father have are true honest charges that you all can look up his rap sheet. But I ain't gonna hold you too much more longer. I'm be here too much more longer. Just follow my page, Max, and I have all. And you go through my page. There's other cases as well that I bring the latest information on those cases, and I'm definitely gonna be back with little Emmanuel's case as well. I'm gonna keep his case going. Thanks everyone that tuned in tonight. You can type in the comments if you have any questions. I'll be sure to reply to your questions. I answered the ones that I had already saw live. I answered those. If you have any and I see some in the comments, I'll make sure to go back and answer those as well in the comments. Good night, Max. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you to my other viewers. I see I have other viewers that didn't nobody comment. It's fine. You don't have to comment. You can just watch. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a good night. It is kind of late. I ain't gonna hold you too much more longer. This has been True Crime Chronicles, Pursuit of Truth, and we're in pursuit of the truth of what happened to baby Emmanuel. Good night.